Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of After the License, the podcast where we help real estate agents build their business. Today, we're going to talk about the pros of using text messaging in your business. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, check out the podcast. And if you're listening to the podcast, don't hesitate to check us out on YouTube. We do YouTube-specific videos, trainings, and live streams that we aren't releasing them to the podcast. So last episode, we talked about the pros of video email. So if you missed that episode and you're on YouTube, click the link below or just scroll back to the last episode on the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the pros of text messaging. And I've mentioned this in different videos here and there, but I want to make sure we have one specific episode on it because text messaging in 2021 is what email was 10, 15 years ago. If you think about it, and you're old enough, email used to be that if someone sent you an email, you looked at and read every single one of them. In 2021, that's just not the case. For a lot of us, we get thousands of emails and we only read a small percentage of them. And on top of that, there are all these systems and tools actually helping us filter out the emails that we don't want to see. So I'm not saying in this video don't have some type of email strategy, but you should also look for communication strategies that are more efficient and more effective than that. So one way is through text messaging. There are a lot of folks in 2021 who don't look at their email, won't pick up a phone call, but will read every single text message that gets sent to their phone. That is the power of text messaging in 2021. So when you're following up with folks in your real estate business, consider utilizing text messaging. For one, most people read every single text message. The second point is because most people read every single text message they get, they actually tend to have a higher response rate. And third, you can actually communicate with people via text message and have it be less abrasive and less salesy than canned email, or in some case, can be less intrusive than a phone call. So a lot of people simply prefer text messaging. And so I think that's why it's best to kind of, in a lot of cases, go where the people prefer. So those were some of the pros of text messaging. Now, you might want to talk about how we actually implement that into our business. The easiest way is just pick up our phone and actually text message folks. If you have a new lead and you call them, consider not leaving them a voicemail and text messaging them in place of that. And then the final piece is, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, you might want to look for a CRM that actually has some text messaging capabilities built in. Those are starting to get released where drip campaigns contain automated text messages, where you can send mass text messages. Again, you have to kind of see what the rules are in your particular state, but there are a lot of tools that are starting to build that in. So if you want to really kind of go all in on text messaging, consider finding a tool like that. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. This was all about the pros of using text messaging in your business. I'll catch you next time. And if you're watching on YouTube, consider hitting that thumbs up and subscribe. And thanks so much for watching.